Hi.
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 Good morning.
Good evening.
Good evening. Okay. No matter what time it is now. Yeah, let's start our podcast.
Yeah.
What's the topic today?
It's about how people perceive if you speak English or any other language. Well or not well. Basically about level, language level.
Language level. It's like how to evaluate the others.
How
level.
people evaluate your or somebody's level of English and other languages.
Okay. So.
Especially when they don't speak that language well themselves.
Okay. So how do you evaluate, check the people's English level is good, bad, normal, high, very advanced, very like a native speaker, or just like?
I just talk with them for 5 minutes or so. And I ask them, like, do you like watermelon? If it's beginner, they don't... Usually they cannot answer it. Sometimes they can, but the answer is different if they say... Generally, not always, but most of the time if they say... Yes. Means generally beginner. More advanced people, they'll say, yes, I like it. Some people say, I like it very much. Some people will say, oh, watermelons are gorgeous. Then their level is higher.
How they
respond, how they organize their thoughts. Do they have, maybe by vocabulary?
Vocabulary. But one thing is that, like that, some guy, they are very extrovert. Some guy, they are very, introvert.
Yeah, it depends.
Yeah, okay.
And also I judge their level of understanding, how well they understand what I say. And then...
What's that? Can you...
It's my pipe, come on. Just go on topic.
Okay. Do you judge people by their pipe? When they...
Yeah, if your pipe is like... If you're like a witch, then you're good, basically.
Okay. So, do you encounter somebody judge your level, your English level?
Yeah, I often encounter this kind of people, and they say, oh, you speak Italian, right? I'm like, yeah. And they say some complicated poem in their language or something is translated. And I'm just like, well, yeah, I don't want to translate for you. I don't care. Or I just say, oh, my Italian, or my English, or my Russian, Chinese is so bad. It's so bad. No, I cannot.
Cannot understand it.
And I don't care. Like today in the morning, one guy asked, do you speak Cantonese? I'm like, yeah. So say this in Cantonese, and I'm just, I don't care. Like, I don't. If I really somebody asks me something in Cantonese or Mandarin or English and we speak, it's okay. If their goal is communication or ask something, they really want to know. But if I see clearly, like, they want to test me, I see some teacher in their eyes who will judge me and say, like, oh, your Cantonese is good or your Cantonese is bad. I just refuse. Or I just say, oh, I don't know how to say it. And just let them think any language, my English or Russian or Italian or is bad.
Why? Why you refuse people to evaluate you or judge you?
Because I don't think their way of judging is very good.
But it's very normal when people, generally, I encountered many guys when they, for example, they talk with foreigners, they talk with Chinese, they will judge you. First, they judge your accent. They said, if you have a very American accent or British accent, it means your language skill is quite high. Level is very high. Second, maybe they judge you by the influence, like you can.
Fluency.
Yeah, the speed of you speaking. If you speak very fast, they think, this guy sounds very high level. Second thing, right?
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad. It's like very, I cannot understand, or maybe this guy is much higher than me. No, it's very
sometimes I also
professional.
use these tricks to impress people. Like, even if they ask me, I don't know if I want to impress them. So back to a question: if I don't want to impress somebody in this fake way, I just say, I don't know, and they just think, oh, this guy doesn't know anything. It's okay for me. But if I want to impress, and I know for sure, for example, even I don't know that language so well, but I want to impress them, I just say something that sounds like that and pretend it's that. And they don't have a clue. And if I say it fluently, like quickly and stuff, they're like, and like I don't hesitate, they think, oh, this guy is fluent. It's like often on YouTube you can see some people, they say, I learned Japanese for 2 weeks, look at my results. And then they speak something that for a person who doesn't speak Japanese looks very fluent. But people who really speak Japanese, they're like, come on, you don't show off at this level, it's just nothing.
Yeah, this is like the 2 points, accent, the fluency. And another thing, they also check you if you have some very hard word, like vocabulary, like you often use some words that they don't understand, looks very professional, They will check like
Depends.
this way.
Here it depends, because sometimes when some person thinks, oh, I know some English, and they listen to some other guy, he speaks something, and they're like, I don't understand anything. Maybe his English is weird. Also happens. Yeah, depends.
Okay, but like some guy, because I have some students, when I teach them English, they often told me like, I think that guy's level is very high. Then I asked him, how do you judge the people? You think the people's level is very high, can be your teacher, because they often try to figure it out who is the better teacher for them, So they try to figure it out. The first thing, if they are foreigner, they think, oh, okay, their level is much better. It's much better than Chinese teacher. Yeah, if you have Chinese accent, almost you are the second option for them. Get lost, totally. Yeah.
Oh wait, I don't know you.
Yeah, they think like a Chinese accent. It means your English level is quite. But even you have some accent like Pakistan accent, maybe it's much better than Chinese accent.
I like it.
Yeah. But like they I don't know how they get this. Like for example, my family. One time they talked together, with some friends. And 3 of them can speak English. And then,
Okay.
Yeah, and one guy speak very clearly, like every word very clear. And also very fast. And then they think, this guy's English is quite high, quite good. But another guy, he speak like, it's a little bit not a whack, not very clear. Not like a talk like me, because my like a talking way, even in Chinese or in any language, I speak very clearly, quite clearly. But that guy is like get used to speak like very
Maybe he's a very calm guy, like just like.
Yeah,
no,
but
guys, I want to tell you like.
Yeah, he is very light and whack, but he can express his idea quite accurate and complicated, Like, in fact, his level is quite higher, but from the other's idea, because the other guy, he also can speak a little bit English, but not very good. And he said, I feel that first guy English is much better. And that guy, he speak like, I cannot understand anything from him. His English is bad. Something like that. So what's your, did you encounter some situation like that?
Yeah, also happened like that. And I remember like happened to me in Italy. And that guy, we discuss and then we kind of judge people's English level. And my friend says like, that girl speaks English very well, but her version of English is just, she just modifies Italian a little bit, so it becomes like English, something like that. It's okay, it's like you can understand her. Maybe her understanding is also not so bad. And they think she's really fluent. But another guy, he's like, he really can express in great detail, very precisely, like really well. But he really also, like you described, he speaks like very calmly. And then we discussed that guy, and my friend says, I said, oh, that guy's English is very good. He said, really? I cannot understand anything. I'm like, I can understand everything, like very precisely, like really speak in detail and stuff. And that guy, they're all Italian. He said, I also don't understand. He's Italian. He's just like saying something like so slowly, not so clearly, swallowing words.
It's about the style of the people, like
yeah, but
communicating with the others.
If you just take the language itself, words, structure, all the stuff, that guy who speaks slowly, he knows it much better.
But why communication?
But his communication style, or communication way is a bit different, and he is more fluent, but he appears to many people to be less fluent. So there is some kind of illusion. It just, I think it's just an expression of his personality. He's a very considerate person, think everything carefully. And that guy, I remember, he's also very indirect. If he want to say something, he doesn't say it like, take it.
Straightforward.
He will say it like this.
Okay, go around.
And then arrive at the point, maybe. And for this reason also appears to be like talking too much to express something to some people.
Yeah, it's not very clear, not so direct.
Yeah, a little bit, but that exact guy, he gives me like feeling a little bit gentle, not so
aggressive.
Yeah, not so aggressive. So I think it depends on what kind of person you like.
Okay. Yeah.
And that guy my friend likes very direct, like say like boom, 1 second. You understand everything. You don't have time to think. You just say, understand. But that guy just give you all the background, context, some tips. You should guess. First I didn't get it, but then I understand his way of speaking. But he's quite fluent in my opinion, yeah. If you just take the language, his personality, he can have any personality he wants. But his language, for me, it's quite good.
Yeah. So I think in reality, right? When you communicate with people, you should give some impression to people. Yeah, that is also very important, that you make people believe you, that this guy can speak that language quite well. It's very important, right? Also.
Probably if you want. Sometimes I don't want.
Yeah, of course. But I think to judge the others' value or their skill or their level, I think maybe it's normal thing. You try to figure out what the level he is. Yeah, it's a normal thing. But maybe how to judge people and how to really get the people is another thing. And how to show yourself, how to make you be understood very easily by the others is another thing. So I think, by the way, I think maybe we should consider it. If you really are in a conversation, you want people get you, don't misunderstand you. Yeah, that is also very important. So for these guys, judge the others, maybe it's better not judge some, that point, accent, your word. Yeah, judge by their meaning. If they really can understand you or express themselves precisely, that is much, I think, much more important than that they looks like cool, like pretend that they have some native accent. I think.
Yeah, some people are good at accents, and it's okay, kind of good. But when they are beginners or lower intermediate, like they cannot speak so well. Some people, they have a really good accent, and then they talk to native speakers, and the native speaker hears a good accent. So generally, native speakers think that his level is really good. He'll understand everything very well, and they just start to like throw like some bombs, and these people get lost. Yeah. But they have a good accent. So sometimes also like perception of how people perceive you, how they see you, is important in a conversation. And if they have some predetermined idea, like if somebody has a good accent, most people, I think, in my opinion, have this idea. And they speak to you like too well. Or if you yourself speak very quickly, but you just learned like 10 phrases and say them quickly, then people speak back at you. It's good, but they will adjust to your level not so precisely, because they think your level is way higher than it actually is.
Yes, yeah, that's true. So you like a focus on the conversation, focus on like the meaning of the communication, not just like show off or how to say, like pretend that you are professional, you can understand them. So it make the cost, it cost. Yeah, if really something is very matters, very important, if you get lost, you understanding. I think it's worse, right? To
Can
do.
be.
Yeah. So, okay, this is today's topic. Okay, good.
Yeah, it's already, we are talking for like 17 minutes or so. So
Yeah.
bye for now, guys.
Yeah, bye. See you.